Right, welcome, good morning, Fiifi-Manfred today, obviously on YouTube, like we've always been saying, your best in terms of tactical, pre-match analysis, sports analysis. So I say, YouTube, you don't get it any better than from here, or as in Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Another edition, good morning. You've been doing come on in terms of all the things that have gone on in Europe. All the analysis now here, bro. Everything that went on yesterday in the Boxing Day matches at Corso, Europe, come on. Everything that went on, also obviously, in the kind of games that Corso in other places. You be the home come and all the other sports news now. You be the come. The first thing I know the home come Real Madrid are almost changing the name of our stadium from Santiago Bernabeu to Real Madrid to the Bernabeu Stadium, the Bernabeu. And the reason is simple. Madrid for not edgy to himself for commercial reasons in T. Almost stadium needing echo the Bernabeu and not the Santiago Bernabeu. Now abroad, usually what happens is that say also Stadium Dian now say Spotify Camp Nou, to say the Allianz Arena, to say the Volkswagen Arena or Germany. Most of the times in Germany they do that a lot. They don't name their stadia after legends of the club. Now what they do is that they name the stadia in terms of the commercial line. So let's say company, they say Allianz like this, insurance company. I'm sure even in Ghana, you've seen Allianz before. Now they sell the commercial right to Allianz for, and they say that you're a big club, your stadium, no, the Champions League people come in, they come and play here. The German Bundesliga, across everything. And yes, maybe Champions League for also a marketing rule that says that you bought the market channel, you bought like the brand reading. So in Tibia, Allianz Arena, in the Champions League, Bayern come the Champions League. There is no way an official Champions League commentator is going to say Allianz Arena. Obeka the native name to say Oko BB to say Dortmund like this. If you go to Dortmund, the Signal Iduna is also a commercial name. They mention the real name of Dortmund. Even during the Euros, I remember I was doing commentary at Love FM. Then the original one that came, there was no Signal Iduna. And you would think maybe almost a son. For them, it's commercial, and that's what Madrid want to do. Madrid want to tap into getting money from the stadium. Say all the legend, the Dinya to say Ghana, you say Baba Sports Stadium, you say Accra friends. AC Sports Stadium. For them, it doesn't make sense. For them, it's an opportunity for you to make money. Inti say club no ebo big games. That's what we want to say. Etel Tigo Ghana, no catch Etel Tigo said. Me say me turn my club name in them out. Inti you be friend Etel Tigo Takra Sports Stadium, and I say Etel Tigo Kumasi Sports Stadium. Then you get commercial value from it. It's so important abroad. You don't get it usually in our part of the world. The commercial thinking of things. Yes, carefree. Signing anyway, very important. I think somewhere well over just 2 years or 1 year ago, and I'm Madrid for release of annual report. Somewhere in January, annual report for the year 2023-2024. And what came out and it's a Madrid for I think in next over 1 billion euros in terms of revenue come raising. And apparently, when you go to the Santiago Bernabeu, I see one of stores to come from their marriage, and it tells you how they want to generate money. Almost screen and almost stadium modern. It's also for advertisement, and it's so important for a club beats Real Madrid. So that's what Madrid are doing to go into the commercial naming of almost stadium from Santiago Bernabeu to just the Bernabeu over there. And as they want to say, it's an important thing for team my friend Real Madrid. Of course, in the Spanish La Liga, it is on break, and most of the players are on break. Vinicius Junior obviously is around the world. And now our New York show had some good time with them. My brand friend Jude Bellingham, Eko share Ninia Ketwa Joe Bellingham, on any papa Denise, and Eko share Ninia Ketwa Joe, and of course Joe did score. Of course, the Bellingham family is a very, very solid family. Back on the pitch, Madrid will be back in just about 8 days. Vinicius Junior, it took some nice pictures with Rihanna when he went to the US of A. So Maritino, it's just having the needed break that they had to over there. And now, according to Mario Catania, our reporting for Dario Sport, usually for the Athletic in England, and reporting on Real Madrid, what Mario Catania Eka, and he said, Oko Madrid Kromonoma, in terms of Madrid officials, players, all of the marriage staff, no, money for Perez, they seem to be very optimistic. Some Madrid, they friend Trent Alexander-Arnold. That is what Madrid for they are expecting. I'm very, very optimistic. Say, friend Trent Alexander-Arnold. Real Madrid have made Liverpool's Trent Alexander-Arnold a priority target within the list of options. The club is looking for a centre back, and despite initial doubts, he has been agreed, and Ancelotti is actively seeking solutions in January. Of course, if you read from Madrid Extra, I'll say there is some optimism that Trent Alexander-Arnold are ever amongst connected to Real Madrid, and that's that camp. Only Liverpool for didn't come. Liverpool for said Trent has been offered a contract extension, an improved offer, and of course, this one was David Osteen, a reporter here, and they are also very clear, so they are going to get Trent to stay in there, and that's the quality. And now Liverpool were able to do their job against Leicester City. Excellent job, good job, simple job, straightforward job, quality display from team by friend of FC Liverpool. And I've said it several times there, Arne Slot really is doing a yeoman's job over Liverpool. And what a job he did yesterday. And one of the things I said with Liverpool, they plan to be attacking the far post consistently. Attackers attacking far post, but they do a very good job at attacking the far post. And that's exactly now Cody Gakpo head, Curtis Jones go now. All of them were because of one good crossing delivery. Not particularly about height, because attackers in one, but in the kind of delivery, then of course the space they put the ball into, and then the runs that player now will make is also very important over them. And that's exactly what's been going on. So Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course, Abrantia, your friend Alphonso Davies is also still in the conversation to get to join Real Madrid, to go to Real Madrid. We wait to see if that's going to see the light of day. But then these are players are Madrid for pushing constantly to make sure that they get them. And now it was another loss for Manchester United. And Eric Ten Hag and the man here know said they are in deep waters. In a month, it has been 5 losses for Eric Ten Hag, for Ruben Amorim. And if he ever thought there was going to be a walk in the park for him when he's in the there he goes. It has been difficult, it has been tough, and now Pereira as the new coach of Wolverhampton Wanderers. I told you, so there was going to be a possibility of a new manager bounce. Now we say Pereira, he was probably going to make things difficult for Team your friend Manchester United when they are playing at home against Team your friend Wolverhampton Wanderers. And definitely the last ball again, a crossing for Abranti your friend Matthias Cunha, sending a direct cross. Was for an airshow goal. Manchester United, a 8th place finish. Manchester United's 8th place finish last season was their worst in 1990. A total disaster. This season almost certainly will be much, much worse. Players demoralized by weight of expectation, staff demoralized by club cuts, and culture on and off the pitch. It stinks, and I think that one thing that people aren't realizing is that Manchester United are in deep water. There is a lack of leadership, and now Bruno Fernandes had a red card. United lack a serious leadership and it's sad for them. They need to make sure so best at it. No many results, no much goals, no many leadership in defense, in attack, and even off the pitch. And again, like I read to you, it's even worse because at Manchester United, the staff is demoralized. Club no air kate Dianeni, Sikanes, and the Maniwan. Whilst on the field of play, they lack leaders and they are not scoring goals and they are not winning matches. It's a big deal for Manchester United, and that's why Ruben Amorim knows that there's a big job for him. In December 2023, Manchester United lost 5 games in December for the very first time since 1933. Never thought I would see it again, but the team have lost 5 again so far in December. Another defeat today. Manchester United sits 14th. It looks like Manchester United are in for a very, very, very long season. I'm giving a kind of game so mobile and how things aren't going their way like that. So it's going to be a tough one over there. What to see how Madrid are probably going to sum it out and try and get the best out of results now. Omunyani and against Wolverhampton Wanderers, any the kind of games I can. Emma Raven said this weekend there are games, and then there are games. Yeah, the bet code picks now or hold on bet 2 picks them. It's in the description of the video. No, go and enjoy the bet code. Don't enjoy the kucha nakokudi or hold on. Of course, we'll have that conversation as well. And of course, Madrid for SSN, the name of the Santiago Bernabeu to the Bernabeu Stadium. Barcelona are doing the redevelopment of the Spotify Camp now, essentially to also, harness the potential that comes with commercialization of stadium names, naming of stadium. They're very important. Barca's handling of the Camp Nou project has been poor, according to Alberto Goods, originally entrusted with Nike, a leader in engineering. Lapses in transparency, delays, and reliance on new contractors like Lemarque raised out. We demand a clear timeline and financial stability, and that's of Madrid for and having some issues when it comes to the redevelopment of the Camp Nou. Although Barcelona would want to sell Advantage friend Ansu Fati, and I said the last time, said Barca would want to manage Ansu Fati well. They will have to manage him well. It looks as you said the boy that was seen as the next Lionel Messi, it didn't work out for him, and he has to move on from team and friend and Barca. And it's because Barca have a very bad habit of Yanko straight to the La Masia. Yanko for your players in my machine or La Masia. Then they overwork them. They play them week in, week out without proper rest. They don't rotate them well. Now my players doing persistent ankle muscle injuries and those kind of injuries now. The thing is, as a young player, you're young, it will take a toll on you at some point in time. And that's why I even think Advantage is an AC Mount even struggling with stuff like taking a toll on such players now. Or Advantage from Ronald Araujo are returning and he will win over the fans again. They forgot how good he is. Ronald Araujo is a very, very important player when it comes to the things that Barca wants to do. And so Flick deserves trust given the kind of job that he has done, and that's what Barca for him. Eka Ewomokro yesterday, Chelsea dropping points to Fulham, and I know for a lot of people they are beginning to question Enzo Maresca, but seriously, there is no need to press the panic button. I mean, again, as a Chelsea fan, Bissau at the beginning of the season, where were you really mentally? Say Chelsea bet me, I share team. I share matches consistently to the extent that where they are right now, Chelsea at the second, 7 points of Liverpool. Liverpool 1 game in hand. But the truth of the matter is that Chelsea, as at this point in time last season, was sitting somewhere 14th or 13th thereabout. There have been serious improvements. Now, in the context of the game, there were a lot of mistakes that were done. And then I took my time and I went through all the post-match press conferences from all the players at Chelsea in Common. And I'll read all of them to you. We'll analyze them. They'll analyze the game proper. And of course, we'll look at today's match, because Arsenal match. Then we'll end up from here. We'll come back later after the matches. Now, Cole Palmer after the game was asked about title contenders this animal. Also, everyone said from the start, we aren't title contenders. We are just learning. It's the first year under a new coach. We want to keep coming. In fact, Enzo Fernandez was also asked about the title contention conversation, and what it comes with over there. Now, Enzo Fernandez, the Arsenal the Wolf, after saying Obisan about title contenders, and he said pressure for Chelsea, and Timmy and we need 3 points in Ghana. And Mario said no, it was the very first time in decades since the Fulham ever stand for European win. And I think that yesterday, Chelsea were poor. It was Chelsea's worst game of the season. Very, very worst game. I mean, it looks as if the boy stamper. It looks as if there is fatigue setting in. Because the intensity of the press, and I'm even the second goal. First of all, we blame Robert Sanchez, and I still do blame him. But I think that even when he played a long ball, when Marco Correa should have let the press be intense enough to win the duel up top and then let the press win, he delayed. Maybe he was tired. Again, the recovery run, Levi call, tossing at the you're not jumping and being caught ball watching. Sandy Mani were there. And I think that these are things that Chelsea had to look at it. In fact, the first goal, we have said a lot of good things about Levi Cole this season. And Oyadi, as a young player, he has been one of the mainstays of our team. But there have been issues that were cheering on him. Issues in the sense that social Levi Cole, almost 4 or 5 games about this season, where Chelsea deep offside trap. For me, it's a problem. I think Enzo Maresca installing a deep offside trap. When you are defending deep, you don't need to set offside trap. You need to be aggressive there. How do you set offside trap when you're defending your own box or boxing? Because like 2 times and now, first header, and they say Kokoma Roberts is sharing a goal. Chelsea were too deep defending with an offside trap when you are deep. It doesn't make sense in my opinion. And I think that these are some of the things. After the game, Enzo Fernandez said, I really don't understand this question. If the coach says that we are not in the race, it's because it's like that. We are always training and then playing to defend Chelsea and leave it as high as possible. And now on the ESPN Spain, any being common with respect to how Chelsea any title racing and what's the things that he wants to do. In fact, after the game, Enzo Maresca was asked, Nentia Oja Noni Madueke, oh Martin, was it a technical decision? Madueke said a technical decision. And anyone for Noni Madueke Amba. I don't know what exactly is that technical decision. I don't know what's prompted technical decision. I don't know. It's a Noni Madueke training or training grounds. He's not doing enough for now because Enzo Maresca said, and yet injury, a technical decision, and anything not dropping. He was asked, saying a more movie so he said, I didn't know Enzo Maresca, Mbo Brent friend Jean Felix when Chelsea needs goals, and this is what Enzo Maresca went on to say. Or say, we decided to sub one in Kuku for Nico. Jean plays more or less the same position as Palmer. They played together already, but it's also a matter of balance. That's why he didn't enter today. I disagree with Enzo Maresca. If it is balance on the ball, yeah, then he could have allowed Marco Correa to keep the width. Marco Correa would have gone wide. Have Malo Gusto go wide because you were chasing the game. You wanted to win. Then you play João Felix centrally. If really it's about balance on the ball, and that's it. If it's balance off the ball, we've seen in the game against Leicester City, João Felix tends to also work hard without the ball. And I've said several times, and me of all the people and that they make us say, João Felix said, Juma Oya without the ball. I said, oh, you're too slow. I thought they'd be on final win him at Barcelona. But in games I've seen him at Chelsea, he tends to be working hard without the ball. And I think that is something that I disagree with Enzo Maresca. Cole Palmer spoke again. But see, we knew we were not going to win every game. If it's the manager's first season with us, we are learning. Everyone said it from the start that we aren't in title contenders. We are just getting better as a team, and then we are going over there. That's what Enzo Maresca, Cole Palmer, Edin Koma, and Rodrigo Munoz goal, and then the dagger in the heart of Chelsea fans. It would have been a good win if Chelsea had won to open the gap on Arsenal, and Arsenal were moving here. They equal in points with Chelsea. But again, in the context of maybe a Chelsea fever, everybody would have felt and believed that wouldn't have felt and believed that Chelsea would have been here. Same on point with Tima, your friend Arsenal, and in Mikel Arteta team. It wouldn't have been so. And now, after the loss to Tima, your friend of Wolverhampton Wanderers, Ruben Amorim, we'll talk about the Chelsea game into details, stick and stay. Ruben Amorim, Edin Como, about Rashford situation, I say I just do what I think is best for the team. I will continue with my idea until the end. I'm going to be saying, they say, Bruno Fernandes had the red card. Marcus Alejandro Garnacho and fa Joshua Zexi and fa Anthony, so you can't really depend on him. For Marcus Rashford them back the next game, and I see you continue with his idea and do what is right for him. That's exactly what he's going to do. Jorge Mendes, Emma Barca for good news. Good news for FC Barcelona for as Jorge Mendes, and now in an interview, I said Lamine Yamal boy there, and you will be free Barca baby. According to Jorge Mendes, he will extend his contract at Barca, and I like the way Jorge Mendes is managing Lamine Yamal to make sure so be a contract extension when your contract extension to come with an improved salary, then it's going to be an important player at FC Barcelona because it looks as Cesar Brantia, your friend Lamine Yamal has what it takes to be an icon for FC Barcelona going forward, and they want to let him stay there. Their fans love him. Of course, going to the academy, it's a place where you definitely want to see him go. Lamine must stay at Barcelona. I can't say when, but it's going to definitely happen. He had a phenomenal 2024, and for me, he was the best player in the world last year with Spain and FC Barcelona. So he's going to stay in there. He's going to extend his contract. Lamine will surely sign a new contract with Barcelona over there. It's a good one for FC Barcelona fans in the transfer market. And now, after say Pepe dropping points, say in January, we're to players, and I say yes, if the opportunities in the transfer market, we are going to try because we cannot sustain for a long time to have so many players injured. Of course, the lack of physicality, affected Josep Guardiola and any team in there, and it's important for them. And now, after say Liverpool for a really an important game against team friend Leicester City, Robertson say the tactical onus of coach your friend Arne Slot is unbelievable. Wow. According to Andy Robertson, almost every match he be at Liverpool, any team you have a Bobian and slot a tweaky tactics like a crap or tweaking the road, man. And you're just a normal left back or tweaking a crap. Okay, this time Brian Vertek kakra. Okay, this time Bo as more like a diamond kakra. Okay, this time Bra wide kakra. Okay, this time Bra 2 meters close near build up in Fiifi. Okay, this time go a little bit deeper. You increase the depth and you increase the width. You know, he said and slot a stop. He has stopped in terms of tactically managing games. And I've said it several times that if you watch Arne Slot's team, essentially you can see that is a pure excellent manager. And I think that one of the things that have helped Arne Slot also is bringing on Heitinga as assistant to him. Of course, Heitinga had played for Liverpool before. He's a Dutchman as well. So it was obviously going to help him. And I think he has been an important person inside Liverpool shape. And now, when they were down against Leicester City from a Jordan Ayew first goal, a comeback did come on for Liverpool. And for the Nkwandia Liverpool man. And for the Nkwandia Liverpool man. And obviously, and now Cody Gakpo, Curtis Jones at either points of the halftime. No, there are two boys. Remember, money 2 goals to 1 for team up. Your friend at Liverpool and Arne Slot has been showing. Also, Liverpool team now. There are times where they bypass the middle, go through the channels to build up. There are times where they go direct in there. There are times where they don't overemphasize on central progression using Gravenberch more and then McAllister more. And I think that it's excellent for Arne Slot and it fits almost every game that he's going to play. And now Arne Slot say Virgil van Dijk, Trent, any more Salah contracts. No, we don't talk about it in public, you know, or see player contract there. You know, come on about thing. But as they keep on winning, you know, you are rest assured that these boys will have a strong time moving away from team up. Your friend in Liverpool. Meaning say Mo Salah be extended. Meaning say Virgil van Dijk be extended. But then the real Scouse boy from Liverpool, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and a little bit questionable for team at your friend of Liverpool over there. Mo Salah after the game. Also, this year feels different. I want to win the Premier League. We really want to win it. Let's do it. But remember that the most important thing is to keep working and then staying humble. And that's what Mohamed Salah catch a prime video and right after we win against Leicester City. And mind you, this was boasted because not Chelsea can't drop a point to team my friend of Fulham. They had lost. So obviously going to boast Liverpool. Salah and Rice had a third goal for Liverpool after Cody Gakpo and Curtis Jones in team. Salah makes it 34 goals and assists in 25 games for the Reds in all competitions this season. 35 goals and assists already. Wow. Mohamed Salah can do 50 goals and assists this season. Wow. 35 goals and assists in 25 games in all competitions this season. Seriously, Mohamed Salah can do 60 goals and assists. 60 goals and assists. That is Ballon d'Or numbers. So Mohamed Salah has shared 60 goals and assists this season. I don't know, maybe people are saying they say Liverpool, let me go Jim Roma, A.M. Mortons. But and if Mohamed Salah scores that, even yes, still Liverpool have to be successful because you look at the requirements of the Ballon d'Or, the team are playing the ball must have to be very successful. Wow. Wow. Mohamed Salah. What a player. What a player. They just literally left me dumbfounded. What a player. Mohamed Salah. And now, again, Chelsea drop points. I mean, the grand contest of things, like I said. I mean, and yet, time to press the panic button or worry too much about things they see here and now in the game. And now, Fulham for I take it on TikTok, truly tossing a Drebiayo part. They really truly tossing a Drebiayo. Say, oh, free Fulham, or catch you almost said, if you can't beat them, you join them. And a Fulham, I say Chelsea, or no, join them. Anyway, no need to overreact. We all said we weren't in a title race. In the last 2 games, I showed why. So Chelsea should still get quite top 4 comfortably, barring any major injury crisis. What these games have shown, and he said Chelsea has some things that Chelsea need to address this summer. I think that in the last few games now, there has been some good reality check for Chelsea for them to understand that there are things that they need to work on. I mean, in the summer. As things go on, it's very important. I think it's a good reality check for Chelsea. Obviously, I think that's why Chelsea need not a team said Chelsea were going to win every game, and then you're probably delusional because there were always going to be times like this where Chelsea were going to struggle. I know the way Chelsea struggled to get it done was a little bit worrying, But then again, you can understand how the game went from West London derbies. They're always like this. Like I've always said, London derbies are very, very difficult for teams that play in the London derbies. Now, very, very important. Also, how a Chelsea ball game in settled possession. Chelsea set up in a 3-1-6 shape with Caicedo as a single pivot, a system we have seen Maresca opt for in multiple occasions for deep blocks or mid blocks. This means that Marco Crabbe joined the front line to underlap and then overlap into the half space without the ball. Chelsea Ekom in a 4-1-4-1 structure to try and hold on to the ball and hit team up, their friend in Fulham. Though on paper, this meant that Chelsea had a +2 advantage against Fulham's backline. Marco Silva's setup was excellent, and I think that he deserves a lot of credit. Also, delegated responsibility to the wide man, Traore and Iwobi. You said yesterday in the pre-match analysis, one of the things I spoke about, and he said how Chelsea can be successful. One of the ways is if Iwobi doesn't work hard without the ball. But to be very honest, yesterday Iwobi really did work hard without the ball. The wingers really did drop back, worked really hard without the ball, and then they were solid over the Iwobi to shadow match Chelsea number 8, Kukurea and Enzo. This would negate the direct access to Chelsea's number 8. It is a Chelsea for an area from a tournament. It will be any Abrante friend Traore will come inside into the house pieces. So will mark Enzo in the right house piece. Then Traore will mark what's his name? Marco Crea in the left house piece. So anybody block the passing lanes to them and actually shadow mark them. It was very, very important in them. Then the downside of Fulham structure, and he said it was evident that in the opening means that Chelsea generated chances by bypassing on the front line press, and I think that was important. Using Tosin Adrebiayo and Levi call. I mean, boss, and Traore gets his pressing angle wrong, and Tosin to Kukurea opens up easily, and then the job was done over there, opening up 1v1 and Marco Kukurea overlapping as well. Fulham were prepared for such situations, although it did not always mitigate Chelsea from creating more chances. They still had a plan. The nearest midfielder in the second line will put pressure to it. Into almost every time they were shifted, not time not Fulham for air shifting, they were aggressive. And however, it's worth knowing that the shift in the second line of press was always when the initial press failed. Rather, Fulham for waited and then had man occasionally to look to press Chelsea wide centre backs. Saying that Chelsea for cannot carry the ball forward when they had the ball. I think that Fulham were good. However, mid-block approach from Fulham, any goal, especially with Palmer. They're not sure maybe an Enzo picking up ball or finding a bench friend Cole Palmer. Then of course dancing through it now. You can understand it was Levi Cole who came to break the lines, find Cole Palmer in the half space, centrally picked up the ball and danced around and some made block without pressure for the very first time. And I Chelsea did breaking that team up. Your friend Fulham for or Hodham. So it was good game tactically, but I think that there were a few tweaks. I think it was more personal and intensity, like I've said. Chelsea lacks Sane, man. That's why Chelsea couldn't get the win against team my friend Fulham. And then again, they would have to go again. I mean, on Monday away at Ipswich Town. I hope so they can react to her. Hey, Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So I'm subscribing here. Subscribe and turn on notification. Notification turn on. Make sure you all. Bye bye.